Hey, good morning, Eastern Oregon. Welcome to this October 16th version of AM Live on EOA. Your connection to Eastern Oregon. We are glad that you are here with us today. If you want to find our content, it is available at EOA.network. That takes you to a link tree where you can find our Facebook, YouTube, our Roku account, and download that app for your living room TV. And then also all of these episodes end up on Spotify and other podcast networks. Glad that you're here with us. Here in just a little bit, we have the pleasure of having Devin and Zach, and they are in the process of, they have written and they're in the process of preparing to film and produce a movie right here in the Grand Ronde Valley. And they are here in association with the Eastern Oregon Film Festival, which started last night and will go through the rest of the weekend. And so it's a pleasure. We've been back and forth with them trying to get, initially it was going to be a recording, and so we're really glad to have them with us live. All right, glad you're here. How are you, man?
I'm good. I was told by the sheriff that I had to be chipper this morning.
Did you?
Yeah. I was like, come on, dude.
Oh,
it's
that's
8
right.
o'clock in the morning.
Because he watches. We'll have to ask him how you're doing.
8 o'clock in the morning. Like, how you want me to be? You come be chipper at 8 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. It's first Friday.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah. No, but you guys knew each other as kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can kind of
We've
talk
known
to
each
you at
other
a different.
yeah.
He can talk to you at
And
a
you
different
can
level.
see that.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean? Even the guys we had on the show last night, they're like looking at us like we're, you know what I mean? Because we just take jabs at each other all night. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. No, it is funny. When he's there have been times when I've stuck my head in the door during shows or before shows, like, "Hey, Cody, sit up," and
slouching like he's
he'll be slouching, and he'll look at me like I was a parent talking to him, but he'll stiffen right up, and I'm like, well, that's not quite what I wasn't going for that vibe, but
his brother's actually my age, so he's a couple years older than me, but I always got along with him better.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch the show last night.
It was good. There's a lot of. It started kind of slow, but once people started filtering in, there was some really good questions. We talked a lot about obviously the tax levy at the end that he's going to try to propose. He's going to get the public's opinion on whether they would back it or not. For the drug task force, but. And obviously, we talked to the school resources officers 6 weeks into the school year, and they're just chugging right along. They're both new in their position. Justin Hernandez is no longer the resource officer at the high school and the middle school. Morris and John kind of share that job now between Embler and all the LeGrand schools. It's the two of them now. So, pretty cool.
Well, and I'm trying to think. Embler jumped in this year, and they have not. One of the schools. I mean,
I have no idea exactly which school or when they jumped in, but I know that's the schools that they cover. The three elementary schools, the middle school, the high school, and Embler. It's all one school.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Well, hey, you want to do sports?
Let's do it.
All right.
AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Fall into sleep savings at Northwest Furniture and Mattress. For a limited time, save up to $400 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets and upgrade your sleep for less. Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Big Red Rocking Chair on Elm off Adams in LeGrand. They want to make you comfortable in your home. Whew, let's see. Some good games. LHS girls soccer battled to a tough 0-0 tie. Ties suck, man. I think George Brett says the quote, if losing's like kissing your sister, a tie's like kissing your grandma without her teeth in. I believe that's the quote. And ties suck. I hate ties. You play a whole game to tie?
Right.
Like, come on. No.
Yeah.
The girls are currently undefeated in the GOL and take on Malala at home at 2 p.m. next Thursday. Boys soccer lost to Ontario 8-0. They play next Tuesday in Baker at 6. LHS volleyball, big one tonight against Baker at home up at the high school gym, 6:30 p.m. And if this game's anything like the last time they met in Baker, it's going to be a banger. Last time they met in Baker, it went 5 sets. LeGrand had the momentum in the third, kind of lost it in the fourth, and ended up losing 3-2. It should be just like that tonight up at the gym. I'm going. It's going to be exciting. LHS football goes to Turner tomorrow to take on Cascade at 7 p.m. That's going to be a tough game for this Tiger team. This is the test. I mean, I didn't really look at Ontario or Baker as a big test for this Tiger team. This Cascade game is the test to see where we really are in the state. We're probably going to win the GOL, but playoff wise, this is going to show us a lot. I think that game will be streamed on NFHS if you're looking for a place to watch it. In the GOL, Baker is at Ontario at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Pendleton hosts the Dalles right here on EOA Live TV, 7 o'clock tomorrow, and I'll be on the call. I'm going over to Pendleton to call that game for the Bucks. It's kind of hard to do a game, and I'm biased towards LeGrand and keep the bias out of it, but I'm doing 3 of the 4 Pendleton home games this year, so it'll be fun. I mean, I'm getting to know people in Pendleton now, so it's not near as weird. In football around the valley, Imbler is at Cove at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Elgin has a bye, and then Union and Crane kick off at 10:30 in the morning, and that must be because Crane doesn't have lights. And because all those small schools in the state don't go to school on Friday. So Powder will go to Pine Eagle tomorrow and play at noon as well. The polls came out, and the undefeated Mountie volleyball team is still number 1 in the country. They played number 8 Corbin at 6 p.m. on Friday in Salem, and number 3 Bushnell at 4 p.m. on Saturday in Eugene. If you're looking for a way to watch these, the CCC recently signed a contract with the Urban Edge. So all you have to do is get online and either search Urban Edge or get on the App Store, download the Urban Edge app, and you can watch all the CCC games for free now, which is huge. You used to have to pay $7 a game to watch EOU games, and this was a great marketing decision for the CCC, and they're going to be a lot more people watching because of it. EOU men's and women's soccer at home this weekend. Big ones against Southern and OIT. The women's games start at 4 on Friday and Saturday, and the men's games start at 6 up at Community Stadium. We get up there and support them. Both teams are really good. The men are undefeated, and the women's team's undefeated at home, and the men are getting a little national recognition. They got votes in this last poll. EOU football is on the road at Southern on Saturday at 1. The Mounties are 1-0 in the Frontier and look to make it 2-0 against the Raiders team that started off the season in the top 25, but have since then fell off a little bit. But the Frontier Conference is so tough. This side of the Frontier Conference, the EOU side, has 3 teams ranked in the top 25, and it's just they beat up on each other. And there's no love lost between EOU and Southern. Trust me on that. So this should be a banger too. Finally, EOU Harrier Thomas Ogden was recently chosen as the NAIA National Runner of the Week for his race this last weekend. He posted the 8th fastest time in EOU history on his way to the honor. Here's a little sneak peek of the interview I have coming out with him next week. What got you interested in running?
I wasn't really good at any other sports, so it was kind of like running was kind of fun because I was a little bit better at it. And going to my 7th grade year, that's when the middle school middle school starts for Boise School District.
Yeah.
So my mom put me in there before school started to make friends, and then I just kind of stuck with it.
Interesting. Yeah. How'd you end up at EOU?
My high school coach, when he was in college, considered coming here, and he knew Ben. He didn't end up coming here, but he had the connection with Ben, and he had other athletes attend EOU as well. So I asked my coach to reach out to Ben for me, and then we just started talking. And then I really like the small school aspect, as well as just the rural community, and it being 2.5 hours away from my hometown. So it was like, it was a good fit.
Everything lined up perfect for you. What got you in? AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Go check out their showroom today.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Well, you woke up there, man.
Yeah. Well, because I get excited about this kind of stuff.
So,
But
yeah,
if it's like a county commissioner, I'm over here like,
yeah, nothing personal. You're putting Dodzy to sleep. Yeah.
yeah. Cody texts me sometimes when he,
Does he?
yeah, like, wake up, dude. Like, my gosh, you look
Yeah.
like an
Well,
idiot.
it's
up
probably
there
not
sleeping.
that kind, though, is it? When he says, "Wake up, dude."
No, it's not that nice. No. It usually has some choice words to go along with it.
Yeah. Not a text that we could put on the screen.
Probably not.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, let's look outside. And man, it's a fall
Windy.
day.
It looked like it was windy. Yeah, it is windy
Yeah.
out there. My goodness.
Yep.
Usually that flag's not moving like that.
No, it's not. I can tell you in the drone world that, where did that go, Bennett? Oh, that's all right. Anyhow, in the drone world, when the flag is moving like that, it's
means
yeah, it's means
stay grounded?
You've got, well, it's more complicated. You're going to use a lot of battery.
During the soccer game, Life Flight, it was one of the fastest in and outs I've ever seen for Life Flight. You know, usually they take a little bit.
Yeah.
This one was like bang, bang.
Huh.
And it was quick. And it was 100% for sure Life Flight. I took a picture of it while it was flying. Because, you know, I'm shooting sports and I got the 200 on. I can get a pretty good picture of the Life Flight. And it was the shortest time I think I've ever seen where they were grounded. And, I mean, they must have had something serious going on.
Something. Do we have that graphic, Bennett? Yeah. So 60 degrees.
Now
is the high
that's
today.
folly. That's folly for
well,
sure.
and that's kind of how it is. So the rest.
38 is the low. Ooh.
Yeah, I did look and see that this is about what it's going to be like in Pendleton tomorrow night, and thankfully no rain, at least at this point. That's good.
mean, it's going to be cold. I'm
Yeah.
wearing pants tomorrow.
Are
I'm
you?
not going through. I got pants on right now. I'm not going through that same thing that I went through a couple weeks ago. That was brutal.
Well, yeah, and we're out on the side of the hill tomorrow too.
Yeah, and it was extremely cold. I was trying to pack stuff up, and I was shaking so bad I couldn't even get the chair in the chair holder because it was so cold.
So hey, last night I went to John O'Brien, who is the new city manager of LeGrand, and he had the first town hall, City of LeGrand town hall, and they're going to be having more of these. Had a great participation. I mean, normally like a city council meeting, you know, if you have 5 people that are not required to be there, that's you have a good number. And so then, yeah, that participation was a lot. Be sure and watch for more of those. I really like the direction that John is going, and so yeah, watch for more of that. It was very good. All right. Well, hey, we're going to be right back with Devin and Zach talking to us about a bad day for Bigfoot. I think is that the correct name? Yep. Okay. Bad day for Bigfoot. They're making a movie here in the Valley. Lots of excitement. Anyhow, we'll be right back.
Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
Here, Brad.
All right, we're back with, I'm laughing at Bennett. He just had a little bit different routine.
Yeah, you brain farted right there. I was like, what the heck? Like, what are you doing? He's trying to get fancy on us or something.
Anyhow, glad you guys are here. Devin and Zach, yeah, hey, thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah. And like I said earlier, I didn't think you were going to be available for the show on Thursday, and so we had talked about pre-recording this, and we were trying to back and forth and trying to figure out how to do that, and then the other day after giving you, just the last thing was like, well, hey, is there any chance you guys are available on Thursday morning? So, yeah.
We're here.
I don't blame them for not wanting to get up.
Yeah.
That had to have been part of the reason why they wanted to pre-record.
Yeah, we just got the party short last night a little bit, Not as chipper as we might be later in the day.
Right?
Well, and you see,
Cold shower.
they're kind of at the level that I haven't had direct access to them. They're like embassies that I've been talking to. So yeah.
Handlers.
Handlers.
You had to,
yeah.
Got a lot of layers.
You have to wipe out the gatekeepers to get to them.
Yeah.
A lot of suits in the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks guys for being here. Yeah. And
Thanks for having
I don't
us.
know. Once you start first and tell us where each of you kind of give us a thumbnail of your life, where you're from, and then how you met each other. Zach, you go first.
Sure. Yeah. I grew up in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Went to college in Southern California, Chapman University, and that was in 2008, and moved up to LA in 2012. I've been out there ever since. On some level making movies, whether that's the day job or the side hustle, you never know. But always hustling, trying to make something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I grew up in Houston, Texas, and I went to college at UT Austin, went to film school there, and moved out to LA 15 years ago. And Zach and I met in LA somewhere along the way.
Post Texas.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time as an editor for movies and TV, but always writing and acting and trying to make film projects along the way. And so Zach and I met, probably 10 years ago, and made a short film together. And then 3 years ago, we made Foil, our first feature film.
Feature debut.
Bad Day for Bigfoot is our second feature collaboration, and we've been writing it for the last 2 years. And we're planning to shoot it next summer here in La Grande and the surrounding areas.
If we play our cards right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So, have you both been writing all along the way, or as you pursued film?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. It's we've had our focus, like career focus, on other things. Zach has acted a bunch. You do voice work.
Sure. Yeah.
I've done some acting as well. Like I said, my primary career has been editing. But we've always written, and we learned through the process of that short film that we work well together. We write well together. So that was sort of a test run. It's like, okay, like we have something, we have a good chemistry, we work well, maybe we can make something bigger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now here we are.
So, do you guys, when you do movies, and maybe you figure, do you direct together? How does that? Yeah, how do you divide the stuff?
I would
after
say,
writing?
even if it's not as common to say in a movie, we usually say we are co-creators of the movie. But then, just so that someone knows who to look to, we say that I'm like directing production, but then in a lot of ways the editing is directing post-production.
Right.
You know? And so there's kind of a handoff that occurs.
Yeah, so this is where we kind of complement each other well, because Zach is, trained to be a director at Chapman.
Right.
And has that experience on set and has that experience with managing crew and collaborating with cinematographers. I've spent less time on set and more time in post-production. So I have that experience. So when we get to post, that's sort of my wheelhouse. And then when we're on set shooting, that's sort of where Zach's comfort level is and his skill set lies. So we complement each other well in that way.
Yeah. The yin yang thing.
Yeah. So it's sort of just kind of pooling our different experiences and our connections and trying to help each other create the best product.
So here's a little bit of a technical question, because part of this is my world, not making movies, but how do you are there times when you've been editing something that's like, man, I wish I would have been on set and just told them I just needed just this shot to transition me,
Yeah, but they said they'd fix it in post. So,
right, yeah.
it falls on me.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're you're shooting something and it's like you're shooting a sequence and you just forget, oh, that's right, I forgot to get that one of him standing up from the desk and walking out of the room. It's like, okay, how so. And I guess the direct question is you knowing that, does that help in the shooting end of it? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I think on set it's complicated because in Foil we acted in the film as well. So we're wearing a lot of different hats. It can be hard to kind of keep perspective about what's going on. But I do try to keep looking at things through the editing lens to see like, okay, what we might need. But I really defer to Zach on set because one, I think he's a great leader. He has just that quality to inspire people, inspire crew to do their best work and feel good about what they're doing, and also just managing what's going on and getting what we need. Like, he's great at that. So I really stay out of the way. If anything, I talk to the actors a little more.
Sure. Yeah.
You might get an actor who really wants to get philosophical, and I think I have a little more time for that than Zach does, because I like that stuff. But Zach is just a great leader. He's great at managing personalities, managing time, and just getting what we need. So I trust him when it comes to set.
I'm a middle child, so I'm a very good mediator.
Are you?
Yes. I can handle all the different inputs and keep it all level. You know what I mean? That's kind of my thing.
Cool. How have you guys found, backing up just a little bit, have you guys found, both of you being from Texas, kind of a tie that you,
Totally. I think that was...
But you didn't know each other in Texas, though.
No.
Okay.
We had a mutual friend that once he learned we were both from Texas, and he was like, that kind of explains their kind of laid back, like, demeanor, and he set us up on a mandate, and we were like, hey man, we gel. We got the same vibe here, which, I think especially when you're a transplant over to LA or wherever,
right,
you're kind of looking for that familiarity. So we clicked very fast in that way.
Yeah, there's just a common energy, maybe.
Yeah.
And we've talked about how there's a certain attitude about filmmaking, and especially in Austin, where we came from, that is just more collaborative and open and supportive, really.
Yeah. More about the village.
Yeah, and just like helpful. And I think that's part of what we've connected to here in this creative community. We feel kindred spirits in the approach to filmmaking. And other situations, sometimes in LA, like, it's very cutthroat and sort of competitive, and people aren't as supportive. Not always, but sometimes. But here we really feel that supportive nature from people and willingness to help, and have also discovered that there's a lot of talented people here.
Yeah.
And we saw it last night at the reading.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So talk to me about your connection to LeGrand. How did you get connected here?
So we screened our first feature, Foil, here in 2023 at the festival.
Okay.
We came out for it, and we screened at the Hot Lake Springs hotel venue there, which was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Big, packed, sold out, raucous screening. People were laughing, gasping, which again, we screened it a couple of times in LA, and it's sort of like, it's like you're asking people to come, like, yeah, I guess maybe I'll show. We just knew instantly, like, this town is loving what we're doing. This whole festival, you
Yeah.
know, people are like coming out and excited. And Chris Jennings in particular is just like an unbelievable force of nature of like pushing
Right.
this entire,
Yeah.
you know, grassroots film community here. So right after that, they started a field trip program for filmmakers, where if you have a script that you think you could shoot in the area, you can submit it to Eastern Oregon Film Festival, and if you get accepted, they'll fly you out, put you up, and sort of present to you, here's how you could shoot it here. Here's locations, here's vendors, here's venues,
Yep.
here's everything you could need to shoot here. And so you were working on a kind of different Bigfoot idea at the time.
Yeah, I had already been working on a Bigfoot script. It was based on a true story, a real life character. It was based on a Patterson Gimlin film, and Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin, the famous Bigfoot film where the Bigfoot's turning back to the camera.
Yeah.
To this day, it's considered the most credible Bigfoot footage that we have, and it was the story around how they shot that and whether it was real or not. And you know, a guy who later came out and said that they paid him to wear a suit, but still other people refute that. And I realized that it was going to be too like complicated to use the actual story and real people, but there was something that the guy Bob Hieronymus, who said that they paid him to wear the suit, said in an interview. He said, the whole time I was wearing that suit, all I could think about was somebody's going to shoot me. And I said, that is the movie. I'm going to take
That's the
that
story.
piece of it.
Yeah.
That's a movie.
I'm going to take that piece of it. What if there was a Bigfoot hoax that went wrong,
Yeah.
and everything went sideways from there? And
It'd be a bad day.
that was
Bad day
that.
for
So it's a
Bigfoot.
bad day for the fake Bigfoot.
Yes, sir.
That was the genesis of this script, and then as we're continuing to develop it, the field trip program came about. We thought, well, we could shoot this here, you know.
Yeah.
Not only because of the woods and the natural setting, but also we just made such a strong connection to the festival and Chris Jennings and the people here, and felt support. So that's been the journey to this point, and you know, last night was just a great step in the journey.
Huge
To
step.
hear the script read out loud in front of an audience, to hear a lot of the jokes land, which is hard. Like a screenplay read aloud is not necessarily like a fan-friendly, audience-friendly thing.
Right.
It's arduous. There's a lot of scene
You gotta stay
description.
focused. Yeah.
It's a lot of listening.
So jokes we've been looking at for 2 years, getting a laugh is helpful for
Right.
us.
Yeah.
Because after 2 years, like, is this funny? I don't know anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started the script. I probably wrote it alone for the first year, getting notes from Zach, and then we've been passing it back and forth as co-writers for the past year or so.
Yeah.
So, and it's been a much like we only wrote foil for maybe 10 months.
Yeah.
and then we
yeah,
shot
before
it.
we got out there. Yeah.
So this has been a longer process, and hopefully will yield a better script.
and more time to mold
Yeah.
the play. Yeah.
Well, and that reading aloud last night was the first time I'd ever seen that either. I happened to be recording the audio for the video that was taken.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had ever seen that. In fact, I took a few pictures. Let's show that. So that's Rika from,
Rika.
and this
Yeah,
is the
she's
actual
great.
set. And so stop right there for a second, Bennett.
Yeah, yeah.
So then as you guys change scenes, there's a narrator over on the far side, and she's reading all of the
Stage direction.
all of the
stuff.
details, all the stage direction. That's right. And so then, whenever there was a new scene, a new set, what do you call that? New scene? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that was represented by the slide on the background. So, and anyhow, go ahead and through there. There's you dudes
Oh, look
thinking
at
about
us.
it. Yeah, yeah, and
Even thought.
Locked in.
yeah, and there were several people that came in.
Yep.
No, that was. I mean, I'm sure that was like a super unique experience for you.
Yeah.
And I mean, probably fulfilling, wasn't it? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting to see folks bring themselves to the roles, and getting to see different shades of the characters that, you know, maybe aren't even what was in our head, but
Yeah.
seeing it live happening is yeah, it informs everything for us. And
Yeah.
hearing it out loud, actually two characters interacting.
Yeah, I mean, usually the first time you hear the script out loud, it's pretty painful, and you realize, like, oh my gosh, we need to rewrite so many things. And there may be one or two moments, but for the most part, I think we're pretty excited at how good it did feel. You know, being read out loud for the first time. I mean, it's the best way to kind of pressure test your dialogue to see if it's working or not, and you can just feel it. You know, it's like playing a new song. I like used to play music live, still do sometimes, but you can feel in the room if it's when you play a song live if it's hitting or not.
Oh yeah,
you can feel you can feel it with dialogue too, and especially in a comedy. You know, you can kind of tell if those jokes are landing. And especially, and like we said, it's not a fully acted out play. You know, the actors have we haven't rehearsed it. We're kind of just reading it cold. So for it to kind of work still is a good sign.
It hasn't been cast yet, right? These people aren't cast as the characters. These are just randos. How do you pick them? Like,
I mean, huge shout out to Chris Jennings and to Eastern Oregon University for providing us with
they're theater students.
Local talent. Some of them are theater students, and some of them are folks that Chris has known like his whole life out here. That he just, you know, Chris is a producer on the film with us, and all the support we're getting from EOFF. So he's read the script. He's familiar with who we needed, and basically handpicked pretty much everyone in it, saying these people are going to nail this. Trust me. Trust me.
But you did have a gal, the police lady.
Eva, yes.
Okay, and you have cast her though. No,
she's we're still working on that. We'll see where that leads. But he was also a Chris Jennings.
That was Chris.
Oh, I see. Okay.
She has a connection to Eastern Oregon. She went to school here.
Okay.
So that was a connection through Chris as well.
Yeah.
And we trusted him to sort of cast this read for us based on his experience and his connections with actors around the area.
Because we would love to cast locally whenever we can in this part. So this was such a cool opportunity to see the people he believes in come do it.
Yeah, we will have local actors in this movie.
Yeah.
Well, and there was great. I mean, the people that Chris had arranged there. I mean, many of them have lots of acting experience already.
Yeah.
I mean, many of there were several of them that I could name that'd be like, yeah, that would fit in that role, and I could watch. I mean, as I was watching them, I was like, yeah, he could do that. She could do that.
Absolutely.
Well, my other question, actually, I have two more questions. Why, like, was there some sort of tie to Bigfoot before you heard that story? You know, the possibly getting shot. Like, did you see Bigfoot, dude?
No, I have not personally had an encounter. But Zach and I are generally interested in paranormal things. You know, our last movie, Foil, touches on UFOs and aliens, but is still grounded as a character story. And, you know, for me, like, I can't think of a Bigfoot film that is really about, like, interrogating what Bigfoot is and why, or, you know, it's usually Bigfoot's just a monster, and it's a horror movie,
Slasher in the woods.
It's not really investigating who Bigfoot is, why he is, and why people are interested in figuring it out. So that's kind of the things that are interesting to me about this. It's like, what is that need that we have to, like, figure why are we interested in Bigfoot? First of all, like, what is that need to connect? And it's kind of it might be like this desire to connect to something greater than ourselves, right? It's like it's spiritual in a way, almost. It's the same reason that people have that connection to UFOs and aliens. It's like wanting to feel like we're not alone, like there's something else out there greater than ourselves.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, this movie showcases like many different perspectives and attitudes on how to figure that out. So you see a range of like approaches to figure out what Bigfoot is. Yeah, so that's
I will say too, when we were out here in 2023, even before we knew we might submit a Bigfoot script, we met some awesome folks out here that are true believers.
Yes.
In particular, Andy Reid at Growwiser over in Pumpkin Ridge. I believe it was Alexander Craven that recommended that we hit him up and go see his land and take a tour with him. And we learned a lot from him and David Lundquist, another like big Bigfoot guy. We just like we got like I think we got our finger on the pulse of like what these guys really have sussed out.
Heard their stories,
on.
and we take that stuff seriously. Like, we want to to treat people's stories with respect.
Yeah.
You know, we're not making fun of anyone or anything. Like, we take the story seriously. We want to take an honest look at like how people view this subject.
Totally.
Wait, do you believe in Bigfoot?
Uh,
Put you on the hot seat.
Well, you see, that's the great question. Is when you ask that, it's like, what are you asking? Like, do I believe that there are unknown primates out there? Of course. Do I believe that Bigfoot is like an interdimensional time traveler? I don't know if I would go that far. But the thing is, there's a whole spectrum of what it could be. The minimum is like, oh, it's just an ape that we don't know about, and that's like not a big deal for most people, probably. The extreme is the other thing that I said. It's like,
Yeah.
so when you ask that, it's like you could be asking a lot of things, you know.
Right.
But I certainly believe there's things out there that we haven't classified. Yeah.
You know, if you ask the same question about a colossal squid 100 years
Right.
ago,
Right.
same thing. You know, now
We're finding
found 'em.
unknown things all the time. Yeah, in the
Yeah.
ocean and
yeah, you never know.
Well, cool. Did you guys ever think that this would be the topic of? I mean, you know, kind of when you look at it objectively, there are times it's like, we're making a Bigfoot movie. I mean,
Yeah.
does that ever like run across your brain?
It seemed kind of like a no-brainer, actually.
Yeah.
After our sci-fi buddy UFO movie in the desert,
right.
it's sort of, you know,
We've entered the sci-fi genre.
yeah.
So tell us what Foil is about. And I'm sorry, I don't know what that.
Yes, no, yeah. So Foil is a sci-fi buddy comedy in the desert about me and Devin. We're two buddies that are reconnecting on a camping trip together. I'm a kind of struggling screenwriter trying to find my next screenplay idea, and you're actually going out because there's a rumored UFO crash site in the area that you want to investigate. And we come across an interesting local that claims to have wreckage from that crash site, and kind of chaos ensues. You believe it's real, I believe it's fake, and there may or may not be real UFO alien hijinks kind of intertwined. It's called
I might
Foil.
need to watch it now.
It's on Prime Video.
Probably
Prime
laugh.
Video,
Yeah.
Tubi,
Tubi, yeah.
Apple, it's out there.
You can watch it. So
Cool. So tell us, what is Bad Day for Bigfoot about? If you were kind of, somebody were asking you, what is that?
Quick
Yeah.
elevator pitch.
Yeah.
I would say it's about a Bigfoot hoax gone terribly awry via a hunter shooting the hoaxer in the Bigfoot suit, and a leaked tape of the incident getting to the authorities, and that leading to a kind of chaotic cat and mouse confusion in the woods between the investigators, the hoaxers, locals, and a mysterious otherworldly force in the woods, locally known as the switch flip, that defies explanation. And whether or not that's connected to a real Sasquatch, the story will.
right. What starts as a manhunt for a guy in a Bigfoot suit turns into a supernatural setting where there may actually be something real out there that nobody had accounted for. So.
Yeah. And that part during the reading was a little hard to catch.
Yeah.
Because you're listening to the description, the narrator is reading what people are actually seeing. The thing you're only, if you're in the audience, the only thing you're really experiencing is people reading the dialogue. And so there was a lot of, from the perspective of the VHS camera for the, and you're, and so visually, I could get myself there, kind of, yeah. For somebody who was not visual, it'd be really hard to catch on.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to just like we said, to hear a screenplay.
Yeah.
Like screenplays are meant to be watched.
Right, yeah.
So especially this one, where there's different formats, different perspectives. When we have the same actor playing different roles.
Yeah.
It's definitely, there's definitely challenges to seeing that live and following along. But I think we're pleased at how well people did.
That they did track it, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Are there times where you've had to adjust your writing because it's like, man, I I don't think we have the money to do that on screen. You know, I mean.
Yeah, we learned that. That was a lesson for us on foil. It's like when you write, you know, Rex falls into a giant hole. You have to figure out how to shoot that.
Right.
Like, how are we going to get a giant hole?
Yeah.
Are we going to dig it?
Dig that hole.
Visual effects, like, you know, like when you write something, it means you have to shoot it.
Right.
And
Just that one sentence on the page
And
can be a whole
visualize it.
day.
Yeah, right.
And,
yeah.
Figuring that
and
out
that was
out there.
when we came out here in June to do location scout, and we looked at places all over, like woods locations, bars, you know, cabins and stuff. And when you get into a space and you're like, we might actually shoot here, that's really helpful because then you have the space in your mind, and that can change how you write something. Or you can adjust based on that.
Right, yeah.
Knowing what the actual space is. So-
LeGrand fits the Bigfoot genre
Right.
area.
Yeah.
You know what I,
We
like
see a lot of
perfectly.
Bigfoot stickers around. And
Pacific
we know people are excited.
Northwest is like known for Bigfoot, and it's kind of like, you know, it's a rural hillbilly town. You know what I mean? It's like perfect.
Yeah,
We agree.
we agree.
Yeah. this is
So-
perfect.
With
I
that,
get
you
why
can
you-
donate to our movie. I bet.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so then that was going to be my next question is like, so you've written, you have all the, so how do you pay for this? How do you, yeah.
No, that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Is we start looking for investors and contributions, and you know, ideally we attach an interesting name to the project a little early here that might bring people in that are even outside of our sphere of folks we'd reach out to. But you know, I think it's also important too, and Chris Jennings has helped a lot here, helping set up the Eastern Oregon Filmmakers Support Fund. There's like a direct way to donate to the film if you believe in it.
Yeah, where is that? Do you know the link?
You can go to baddayforbigfoot.com, and there's a donate page on there that will lead you to the support fund.
Yep.
But we're also looking for equity investors for folks that happen to have like a deeper pocket. We're also looking for sponsorships. You know, I mean, in a lot of ways, we want to follow in the breakup season footsteps where, you know, we have Rafi Jacobs who produced that film, producing this film with us, and we kind of want to follow that playbook of making sure that, you know, every dollar we're spending on this movie is in a way infusing into the community in terms of the lodging and in terms of catering and meals for everybody coming in to shoot this thing, and rentals and hardware stores, and you know,
It's going to be a predominantly Oregon cast and crew.
yeah.
We will, you know, probably bring some people from LA or elsewhere, but this is going to be majority Oregon production.
Yeah. And we spoke it with EOU a little bit when we came out in June, and it sounds like maybe there's a way to set up getting students involved too. Like we you know, even if folks are green and are looking for production experience, like we want those people too. Like we want.
Yeah, you can reach out to us, baddayforbigfoot@gmail.com. Follow us on socials.
I just followed you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, and so did you connect? Nelson is the one who wrote me and said, "Hey,
Yes.
you know," and he's the one that originally connected us. How has he been helpful for you guys in this process?
huge.
Incredible help.
Yeah.
Such a great guy, like really talented, not only really talented filmmaker, but has been so generous with like sharing his knowledge that he gleaned from making a film here and his connections. And like Zach said, Rafi Jacobs, the producer on that film, has come on board with us to produce this, along with Chris Jennings. And Nelson's been an incredible resource for us and a huge ally. So.
Yeah.
No, generous is a great word of describing him, just because he's, you know, he's just kind and approachable and down to earth, and he's generous with the information that he gives.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, some people might find something out here like, I can make movies out here, and this is all just for me. Only I know.
Right,
how to-"
yeah.
He wants to spread the gospel, man, which is
Right.
great. He's
Yeah.
given us the whole playbook, and that's so valuable. Can't say enough about Nelson.
So, what's beyond this? Are you guys already starting to think about some stuff out there?
We got a couple other buns in the oven. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we write other scripts. We have other things that are on our radar, but for the next year, we're focused on this.
Yeah.
So primarily, we're hoping to shoot in June, probably next year.
Yeah.
Probably a 3-week shoot. So, and then post-production after that. So, that's our focus. We have other things that we're working on. We're always writing other scripts, but right now we're in Bigfoot mode.
Yeah.
Is there an actual Bigfoot in the movie? Or does that give away too much?
Dodds, you're going to have to watch the film.
Yeah, gonna have to watch and find out.
Maybe I was going to cast for Bigfoot.
Well,
Throw
yeah.
your hat in the ring, man.
You got the hype.
Not in a million years.
Maybe Dodds is it. I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
No.
So, do you guys have families or significant people that are like, following you around or very forgiving of your throwing your life into this? Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's thrilled that we just opened up another business to make another movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I have a very, very supportive wife and dog, and yeah, there's been nothing but support.
Yep. Yeah. Same here. Wife, 2 dogs, and the folks back home. I don't know. I come from a pretty performative family. They're all on some level actors or performers in some way, so they get it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get it.
My dad was a newsman and film guy, so he supports as well, and my mom. So, I think people get it, and we feel love.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about Eastern Oregon so far, about this area?
Oof. Well, I mean, I feel really lucky that we got to come visit in like prime June territory. Yeah. We got to go take a dip in the river and float around out there, and we go to the hot lake springs to soak. We've been twice already. We got in like 2 days ago, and we've been twice.
Might go again today.
Might go again today.
Yeah. I love Oregon, man. I mean,
yeah.
I'm a big golfer, and I went to Bandon Dunes on the coast.
Oh, I've golfed it.
Yeah, gosh, so beautiful.
You should golf Buffalo Peak while you're
Okay.
here out in Union. They sponsor my sports show, and it's a beautiful 18-hole link style course.
I'll keep that in mind, Buffalo
Really
Peak.
nice.
Yeah, but no, we just love the town here,
Yeah.
and it's been really cool to connect with an artistic community. We've met around HQ on Depot Street.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Well, and I think that Texas and Eastern Oregon have, I mean, it's just a vibe.
Yeah.
I mean,
we feel that.
they're just really down to earth people, and
With EOU here and with UT in Austin, like it does feel kind of like early Austin days out here,
For sure. I think we clocked that when we came out to the festival. Like similar attitudes
Artist
about
haven.
art and support, and there's a certain selflessness that we find out here.
Yeah.
And I think people are also just like really present. That's one thing I like about Zach is it's easy to get ahead of ourselves about what we're doing, but it's like, what are we doing today?
right.
And like what's happening right now. And I think that's a good lesson. That's something I try to work on with myself, is just to kind of stay in the moment.
Sometimes it's hard, man.
Yeah.
In this world we live in, especially, it's like
Everything's
you got
sped
all
up.
this stuff going on, and,
Right.
and you're like trying to stay focused on
Yeah,
what's.
and you have to enjoy, like, and that's the thing about filmmaking or a lot of things. Like, you really have to enjoy the process. Like, it's great. There's no better feeling than when the movie's done and you're watching it in theater. But if you don't enjoy like every phase,
Right.
it's like, because it's going to be 2 years of your life.
Yeah, you're gonna be
So-
miserable if you don't enjoy it.
You got to enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
So and we do. So
It's awesome.
Yeah. If you're calculating your hourly wage, on something like this. It's
Right.
It's like, oh man, this is the wrong thing
No,
for me
no,
to be
no,
doing.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
A lot of pro bono hours.
Yeah.
Going into,
yeah, yeah.
I
it's-
made 7 cents an hour on this movie.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's gotta. You're right. You've got to enjoy it's got to be a labor of love in there somewhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
And some self. I would say that it is really fun. I've done productions in the past that were presented to a large audience, and it's really fun when you see them impact that. You see it impact them in the way that you really wanted it to. That's just rewarding. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, I guessed right. They
Yeah.
did laugh, or So,
Yeah.
well, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Yeah, thanks
Thank you.
thanks for
y'all.
taking the time. Of
course.
Yeah. So, just tell us one more time your production schedule. So, when are you hoping to kick off? And this is an 80s. I mean, it's set in the 80s.
1985.
Oh, that's my favorite era.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The best
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the tape that gets out is a VHS tape.
Yeah.
So they're
So
shooting
awesome.
on VHS cam, like Marty McFly
Yeah.
style camera.
Like with the handle on the top and the
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
boxy.
Yep.
Those are
Yeah. Chris had one there
My
last time.
parents still have one.
Yeah.
Nice.
They
Well,
shot
I
a lot of
have
my
one.
baseball
Yeah,
games as a kid on one of those, dude. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you the crazy thing is that one of the things we started here and we still do is we convert VHS to DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so in fact, last night yesterday I had a guy call me from Pendleton. It's like, hey, I have my film project from when I was 13. It's on VHS, and he brought it to the reading last night and gave it to me.
Nice.
For,
That's
for-
so
yeah.
cool.
So anyhow,
Yeah,
but
there's a whole industry for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Digitizing
It's
stuff.
crazy how many people want that stuff done.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's it's hard to make money doing that. You know what I mean? Like putting a DVD, out of a VHS.
Right,
It's
right.
not-
But so tell us your schedule again. I'm sorry, I kind of
Yeah.
took us off. Yeah.
No, yeah. So we are definitely very much in the fundraising / early casting attachment phase now, and we'll probably have an idea where that budget's looking by the end of the year, and we'll probably give that the full push green light around that time, and we would come back and try and shoot in June, before it's. June just feels like the prime.
The good weather.
The good weather, exactly. We want to hit that, and after that, we'd be in post for a little bit. We'd probably submit a rough cut to South by and Sundance by the end of that year, and
Yeah, early 27. Yeah. So yeah, probably like an early 2027 release,
yeah,
festival release.
yeah.
The link to the website's in the comments. Bad Day for Bigfoot. You can donate there.
Yeah.
I also put the Gmail, baddayforbigfoot@gmail.com if they have any questions or.
Yeah, please
wanna
reach
talk.
out to us.
Please reach out. Yeah,
Yeah, if you want to be involved in any way,
more
just
information. We got it.
give us a shout. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
We really appreciate it. Yeah. You
Thanks
want to get
so
us
much.
out of here?
Let's do it. On this day, October 16th, 1829, the Tremont Hotel, designed by Isaiah Rogers and considered the first U.S. modern hotel, opens in Boston. 1875, on this day, Brigham Young University is founded in Provo, Utah. 1923, on this day, the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio is founded by brothers Walt and Roy Disney in Los Feliz, California, marking the beginning of the Disney Empire. 1985, on this day, this is a big day right here, Intel introduces the 32-bit microprocessor chip, and that affected a lot of things. Too much for me to get into right here. 1995, the Million Man March is held in Washington, D.C. with over 830,000 African-American men attending. 2023, the model of a Star Wars X-Wing starfighter used in the Star Wars film sells for over $3 million from the collection of Hollywood model maker Greg Jean. On this day, the number one song in America in 1985 was Saving All My Love for You by Whitney Houston. And then finally, the quote of the day comes from Robert Brault. Enjoy the little things in life, for the one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. One more time. Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you may look back and realize that they were the big things.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And don't forget, tomorrow night, Pendleton Football Live.
Versus the Dallas, 7 p.m.
Yep, right here. Talk to you soon.